I'm not going to go with the simple quarterback and tight end, which was my original answer. I do believe that those two are very key players. I'll give you two offense and two defense. Then I think offense. Now, my main answer is going to be exactly King and Will Mallory. Those would be the two people I believe could push us over the hump on a high level. But I'm going to go in a different direction, and I'm going to say Cameron Harris, Navon Donaldson. So if I were to give you four, meaning De'Aaron King for me is number one on that list. Now, behind De'Aaron King, I would say is Will Mallory. Third on that list is Cameron Harris, and fourth on that list is Navon Donaldson. Now, if you have an importance of offensive line, like a big guy like me, I probably would put Donaldson up to number two, in my opinion, because if he has a dominant performance in this game, I think that's going to do dividends, especially for him moving forward and wanting to play in the NFL. But those other offensive linemen, seeing him come out and do that fiery, intense, moving, because he's a talker. He's not just a guy that just like, oh, okay, I made the tag, I made the block, and jog back to the huddle. No, he gonna let them know I just put him on his behind, and you next if you come over here. And that kind of energy, that kind of in your face and fight back is something I think this offensive line needs to see, because they need to see that they can do it, Mark. They need to see that, we're not just pick squeak you. We're not just guys who can't beat Duke and North Carolina on a consistent basis and barely beating Virginia. Okay, we've been that in the past. Now we're out here fighting against the best team in the country and the best program in college football history. All right, and again, all of this sounds like hype. All right, all of this sounds like what if, because that's what we're discussing, the what if. I'll continue. On the defensive side of the ball, my original answer was our edge rush presence. And Jafari Harvey, again, Mark, it is Jafari. So they came out with the official depth chart, and in the bottom right, they have the pronunciation of the names. It is Jafari Harvey. And it's not Keontra Smith, it's Keontre Smith. All right, I know that was a issue with a lot of us, and helping media to media, Jafari Harvey and Keontre Smith. See, I'll say it, Keontre. I would say our edge presence, because having one thing about the Coach Manny Diaz's defense is they usually are very, very, very aggressive off the edge. Again, with guys like Trent Harris and Chad Thomas and Joe Jackson and John Carvin and Gregory Rousseau and Jalen Phillips. Okay, but we're going out there with Jafari Harvey and Zach McCloud. Big question mark when it comes to 53 Zach McCloud. And also, you can say the same thing for Jafari Harvey. Yes, he's shown in a spurt, but as far as going out there against top 10 pick Evan Neal at left tackle, we're going to have to see it. All right, those were my original two answers as far as the edge presence. I'm going to take it to a different level secondary. Tyreek Stevenson at corner, because they're going to try him. They're going to try him. Tyreek Stevenson and Keontre Smith. Those are going to be my four players on the defensive side of the ball. And I'll give you my order. Because of how close he is to the LOS, I think Jafari Harvey is up there at number one. And him being able to stack up against the run and him being able to show a sense of pass rush against a guy like Evan Neal, even if he gets back there and just forces a quick pass faster than they wanted to, if he's able to get back there and put a hand up and swat a pass and basically steal it down and make second and two turn into third and two when they just wanted to throw a quick slant, and Evan Neal tried to cut him and he got up and got a hand down on the ball. Just being able to do those little things, I have him as my number one. My number two is Tyreek Stevenson. They're going to try him. They tried him at Georgia. They picked on him when he was in the slot at Georgia because they don't think he has the hips to run with their wide receivers. What do you think they're going to do when he's outside at corner? Same thing. Okay, third, I'm going to say Keontre Smith, because our linebackers have been some of the worst linebackers in college football. Okay, one of the lowest graded linebackers in college football last year was B.J. Jenkins. And he started for who? The Miami Hurricanes. Okay, you could take that however you want. It's just true. I think he finished out the season with a Pro Football Focus grade of 31.3 out of 100. Mark, that's anyway. This is not a bashing session. We're going back to what we're talking about, and then fourth on that list has to be Zach McCloud, number 53 for Miami, because he's going up against the right tackle. All right, most teams like to run. Bama can run either way. It ain't about power and pass protecting tackle. They can run either way they want to. It's Alabama. And college football has kind of grown out of that for the most part. If we need to run left, we run left. If we run right, we run right. It's not like the best run blockers on this side and the best pass blockers on that side. Some coaches still have that moniker, but a lot of them really don't. It's just, line up and play football. And Zach McCloud, one thing about Zach McCloud is he's going to do his job. He's going to do it at a high level as far as effort-wise. He may not be the best athlete. He may not have the best stats. And he's not going to just be moved off of the football. Okay, he's put on over 27 pounds of weight, Mark. He's 253 pounds now. And I think he's ready to get it done on that side of the ball. Again, we'll see. I know a lot of people are just saying, hey, just keep it close. Just keep it close. Just keep it within the spread. Let's fight. Let's give it the best that we can. And I agree with them. But at the end of the day, it's not just about that. Go out there and take your history and take your moment.
Aside from what's shown on the scoreboard, I would think that as a competitive athlete, one of the things that you want to take away from any particular game is that you laid it all on the line. You have no regrets, and that you're walking off the field and you know that other player on the other side that you lined up against play after play after play after play, that he and the rest of that team respects you and your team, regardless of what the score was, that they come away not thinking, we blew them off the field, or they're really not that good, or those guys are chumps, or, they backed down, or any thought like that. But that, hey, regardless of what the score was, that you gained their respect because you hit them in the mouth, they hit you back, and you hit them in the mouth again because you didn't back down and you gave it all you had.
Yeah, and that's what you can ask for. Again, I'm not sitting here coming to tell you Miami's going to win. I'm not coming here to tell you Miami's going to shock the world. Miami's going to beat them behind. That's none of what I'm saying. What I'm saying and what we're hoping for as Miami Hurricanes fans is that this team comes out prepared, and they come out showing that intensity and playing with respect and playing like they have a good game plan. They trust that game plan. The players on the field trust the grown men on the sideline. The grown men on the sideline trust the players on the field to execute. We're willing to make adjustments. We have leadership. We're playing a whole 60 minutes. And again, if they just end up being better than you, that's perfectly fine. But make sure you're able to jog to the 50-yard line at the end of the game and shake hands against that man you win against, the young man you win against for 60 minutes, and they go, hey, man, you did that. Good job. Y'all are not as bad as you think, man. Hey, hopefully see you in the playoff one day, and jog off. And you're not on the sideline like, well, I had a good game. I had 2 sacks. I scored a touchdown. I don't know why everybody else mad. I did my thing. No, it's not about that. It's about their team and playing as a unit.